Okay, folks, this is your friend Isaac David Brigmond with another episode of Alone in the Dark. This is one of those episodes where you get to see my face. Well, do you know it won't be too long till this is the Friday before Halloween. So it's basically the Halloween Friday. The original Halloween will be on Saturday, but being that Friday is counted as double days, it's counted as a holiday, and I guess you call it a holiday, I don't know. It's counted as a weekday and a weekend. Okay, that's what I mean by that. I guess you could say the weekends are a weekly holiday. I guess, I don't know. Anyhow, the point I'm trying to make right now, friends, is that I want to talk to y'all about Halloween safety. I was a trick-or-treater when I was young, so I know what it's like. Some kids are adults who act like kids who still trick-or-treat. It's okay. Some take their dogs with them. I think that's a wonderful idea. Dress your little dog up in a costume, haul them around town, and let the world see them and ooh and ah because you have a cute pet. I think that's wonderful. But you must not let that dog get off the leash and run around. That's tip number one for, okay, Halloween safety tips from your pal Isaac David Brigmond of the Alone in the Dark series. And number one, if you walk your dog around the neighborhood on Halloween, keep it on a leash and collar and make sure that it's close to you. And because some dogs have magnets inside of them that are attracted to cars and trucks. You see it every time you go somewhere, a car and a truck going down the road. And also there's the thing called, if your kid, or you kids, whoever's watching these videos, if it's a parent watching the video, would you please take your kid and make sure that they have all the delineators, all the lights and bells and whistles they sell at the stores to keep people from running over your kid. Even give them those flashlights that look like the beam is covered with a jack-o'-lantern. Also give them those necklaces that flash or have reflectors on them. Make sure your kid has all that on it. Even if you have to put reflector tape on them to be sure they're safe. Or make sure you're always with them at all times. That's another one. Another safety tip is that if your kid gets candy, make sure your kids do not eat the candy until you or an authority figure can examine the candy. Most hospitals have x-ray time at the hospital so you can go and x-ray the candy. They would much rather you x-ray the candy than the kid eat the candy and get a razor blade in the apple or whatever. 'Cause I don't like that mess. I've heard of it happening, and I know if it's been told a bunch of times to me it happened, it happened. And I also want y'all to understand that there are some people that if the kid goes to the door and they don't have candy, they will snatch your kid up and your kid is now gone to the elements of the world and is no longer there no more. Oh my word, someone snatched your kid up. That's not a joke. That is serious. Or if your kid is going down the road, if you put a costume on too. So you say to the people at the door, you thought it would be appropriate to not only chaperone your kids as they trick-or-treat, but you thought while being the chaperone, you might want to be in a cool costume too to bond with your child more. So it's parent bonding plus chaperoning plus safety for the kid. And it makes good memories too, because then when you both get older, when you're old and gray and when they're grown, they'll tell their family about what's going on. They'll say, you know, when I was a kid, your grandparents chaperoned me around on Halloween trick-or-treating, and it was fun. Okay, there's that to think of. But you have to understand that's how that goes. And you have to understand that parents, do not leave your kids unattended. Halloween is a good time of year, but there are most preachers out there that would not want to celebrate Halloween because they believe that it is a satanic holiday. When knowing if you do Halloween the right way, you could actually enjoy it. But there's a lot of people that don't want to believe in it. I may like my horror movies, but I know that there are stories that are made up by people to entertain folks, and they do get entertaining, or I would not watch them. But I also do like religious movies. I do like some types of romance. I like westerns. I like comedies, dramas, real life. I even like the ID channel. If y'all know what that is, and a lot of y'all might say, all right, brother, I like it too. Well, okay. But the point is that don't be surprised if you don't hear people say, you know, Halloween's not for the kids, or Halloween's not for nobody. No, as long as you're enjoying Halloween God's way, you're doing fine. Don't worry about what them other people say. And also, have a good time Halloween. Enjoy Halloween. Enjoy the festivities of Halloween.